All right, so what's up, guys? This is Mark from the Mark Show. If you don't, I could go over the whole spiel, but this what I'm trying to do with this channel. So if you watching this, like the video, subscribe to the channel, the whole bullshit. Um, I've been dropshipping for a long time. Ty and I, we've had a couple of videos in the past. I'll put a link to the most recent one where we talked about him selling $300,000 in a month. But in this video, we're going to talk about suspensions. We're going to talk about why Ty doesn't sell a course on dropshipping. But yeah, so Ty, before we get into the video, so guys, I'll also put a link to Ty's Telegram group and Facebook group, so you guys could join there. So Ty, introduce yourself. Where you from? How old are you? The whole bullshit, dude. Come on, I know we did this before, but some people who watch this wouldn't have seen you before.
Okay, yes. So my lighting is kind of bad for some reason, but yeah. So I'm Ty, and I've been drop shipping since like 2018. I dropped out of high school. I don't recommend you guys to do that. But
I forgot that. Yeah, you dropped out of high school.
yeah. So I finished 11th grade, and I learned how to flip phones first, and then I learned about drop shipping. And then, so yeah, that's kind of been my life for the past, 3 years or whatever.
We in
Just drop shipping.
2022, so it's 4 years now.
Yeah, 4 years, whatever. Yeah, so I've just been drop shipping from one place to another: eBay, Amazon, Walmart, Shopify. Yeah, like I pretty much sold on every marketplace. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
All right, so let's talk about, and where you from? Where you
I
originally
guess
from?
I'm originally from Vietnam. I moved to the US. So I'm currently living in Texas.
And what the fuck? What did your parents say about you dropping out of high school?
Well, when I dropped out, they were kind of like iffy, but
I remember asking you that a couple of years ago. But
yeah, they were kind of iffy, but I was confident in myself, and again, when I dropped out, I wasn't making anything either, so it was kind of a little crazy. Like I barely made anything, like maybe $50, $100. So when I dropped out, I was like, oh, I believe that this works because I'm like, hey, these guys can do it, I can do it too, and I just kind of stuck through it.
wow.
And so I convinced them so that I will focus on making money, and this is how I'm gonna do it, and this is how it works, and whatever. So yeah.
All right, so so you've been dropshipping on Amazon for the longest, right? Why? Because the last video we did, you said, so why did you focus on Amazon?
Yeah, so well, I did guess it's been on eBay. I had a few chances to get it back, but I kind of screwed up a few times to get it back too. So yeah, eBay's kind of toasted, but yeah, I'm on Amazon the most. That's where I'm like the best at, because I've been able to get back for every suspension, as we're going to be talking about. And yeah, and I've been able to partner with different peoples to have their accounts as well, and also backup accounts.
All right, okay. All right, so the suspensions, the last year or so, a lot of 2 years, you'll see YouTubers doing like Amazon dropshipping is dead, and it's a consequence of a lot of people getting suspended. Right. So first, what is the most common reason for you getting suspended? No, before that, how many times you been suspended?
I think 5, 6.
Okay, 5 or 6 times.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
And you've gotten it back every time.
Well, every single time except for the dropship violation.
Okay. Wait.
So
Before we get into that, so you got 5 or 6 times, and one time you didn't. So what? You had to get another account?
Yes.
In your name or different? How does that work? You partner with someone, LLC in a different state.
Yeah, so there's a few ways to go about it. Like I don't want to go too deep into that.
Yeah.
But yes, you can do it. You can basically either partner with your friends and family. I mean, if you're gonna do that, don't do the same thing and you're gonna get suspended again, right? So if you're gonna be doing that, you want to be smart about it and learn from your mistakes, because I see some people, they partner up with another person, just do the same thing, get suspended again, and wonder why they get suspended. And so you want to be smart about it. Like, you either want to partner up, and then you need everything to be different. So name, LLC, address, it's like you're a different person, right? So
different IP address. You're not, because because you saw in the group, Tyler talked about he got suspended.
Yeah.
But that's a whole. I think he posted it on TikTok or some shit. But I don't think he posted it on.
Yeah, he was like, "This is why I quit dropshipping." He got suspended on eBay, Amazon, and Walmart.
But he didn't post it on YouTube yet. I don't think so.
No, he did. He also posted the clip on YouTube.
Oh, did he? No, I didn't see that. So
It's
what's
just
the most common way that you get suspended on Amazon?
so. I mean, I've never really gotten suspended more than once per reason, right? So like,
Yeah,
I
you learn
haven't
from your
gotten
mistakes.
right. Yeah, so I haven't gone like over and over, except for the dropship violation, right? So yeah, I mean, I haven't. Yeah, so I mean, are you talking as from like for
Like
me
specifics,
specifically?
you specifically. What are the different reasons?
Yeah, so I mean, the reason I got suspended the most so far is dropship violation. I mean, the rest, yeah, I mean, I learned from the mistakes and I can prevent it. But dropship violation, because I was kind of careless, like a lot of people. I was still trying to use Walmart even though I got the violate the warnings, right? So
Mhm.
after you got the warning, and then you get the seller fulfill deactivated. So I
Right.
actually got back from 2 dropship violation, and the
How
third
does
one
it
is
work? Explain how it works. What you do to get the dropship violation?
yeah.
What an idea of the suspension? Do they give you a chance? Do you have to
Yeah.
appeal it? Explain the whole cycle.
Yeah, so I'm not sure if they changed it recently because they are, pissing off on a lot of dropshippers, right?
Yeah.
So they're pissed off. So yeah, so before you would get a warning, right? A 72-hour warning,
Mhm.
and you send in a plan of action, which is generally easy. You can get it, get the warning off within like, few hours when you send
Yeah.
in the plan of action, right? So once you do that, and if you don't get a successful plan of action, you will get your seller fulfill deactivated, right? So even though it's a warning, if you fail to send in a decent plan of action, they will deactivate it, right?
Okay, so guys, you guys who are watching this, what he means by seller fulfill deactivation is that on Amazon you can do FBA where you buy products and ship it in, and then you could FBM, which is merchant fulfilled. So when you get a suspension, they will suspend the possibility to sell and you ship it out, but you can use the same account and do FBA and ship products in. But right,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah,
But what do you do to get this suspension? What has to happen for you to
yeah.
get the dropshipping suspension?
Is the first time you get the warning, right? It's again relatively easy. You just basically have to explain, okay,
No, why
yeah.
would you get the warning? Why would
Oh,
you get the
why,
warning?
why?
Yeah.
Okay. So why is so Amazon, has like a internal sort of thing, right? And
Mhm.
it's kind of your job to keep up with it, right? And sometimes it's predictable, sometimes it's not. So, as of last year, they started cracking down on Walmart the hardest. So in their team, they're like, okay, if somebody gets a complaint from Walmart, either through like a feedback or email, triggers the system,
Right.
and an agent will look at it and be like, okay, this guy is sending Walmart boxes to the customer, and this is against our policies, and we want him to explain why he did it.
Right.
And so you have to explain, why it's coming to why the customers are receiving a Walmart box. Now, the other thing is, I actually tried to appeal saying I didn't have any Walmart boxes sent, and so though and when you do that, right, they actually have solid proof when they give you the warning, right, they have proof, like concrete evidence that somebody complained that you got it from Walmart, so you can't escape that.
Right.
So
Because then if you're using the tracking number, they can see where it came from.
well
Well, yeah,
back then, but back then they weren't looking for that, right? They were
okay.
mostly looking for like straight up, I got it in a Walmart box, or I got it in a Walmart bag or
Yeah.
Walmart receipt, right? So
Yeah.
yes, I mean, if you try to, deny the fact that they caught you, they're gonna be like, "Hey, here it is. Explain this," and you're gonna be like, "Okay, you have to explain it. You can't just like continue deny, right?" So
Right.
yeah, so you have to explain that, and then you explain like what you did to fix the issue. So what did you do to the customer? Like, what did you tell the customer? And then how do you plan to prevent the customer from receiving Walmart boxes in the future? So kind of bullet steps.
Right. And then what would you tell them? I mean, I have appealed a ton, but I'm
Yeah,
just
yeah, yeah,
asking. Yeah.
yeah. So I mean,
Yeah.
it's mostly lies, honestly, right? So it's like whoever can really lie the most. I mean, or you can be honest about it too. I mean, either way, you still have to kind of tell the truth about it because
Right, and
you
then you have to
can't
say
really
what you
deny.
do different.
Yeah, right. So are you talking about like so there's three sections, right? There's
Hmm.
the root cause, what you
Right.
did to fix it, and then there's the long-term fix. Like what section are you referring to?
No, so the root cause, when they ask, the root cause is what?
Yeah, so
You just tell them you drop ship from Walmart.
yeah, you can do that,
Yeah, I know. I've done that
or
before.
or you can just say, hey, this is the customer that we reviewed that complained about Walmart, and then mention that in the plan of action, so they know that, hey, we acknowledge that this customer, we see that they complained that they got it from Walmart, and then explain to them, okay, this is why it happened, because maybe our supplier is out of stock, or
Yeah.
COVID, or whatever. Yeah, so something like that, right?
Right. Right. And then the long-term plan of action, like what I would do, what I've in so in my situation, when I have appealed a ton, right?
Yeah.
So in something like that, I will just make up, as you say, make up some lie about why that one customer complained or some shit.
Or you can be honest, right? You can be honest, so you don't have to lie
Right.
completely.
But
Yeah,
then, like, what I would have done is provide like contracts with other suppliers and say that I'm
yeah,
changing
yeah. That works.
suppliers and blah
Yeah,
blah blah. I'm going. Do you do the same thing, or do you What's your how do you deal with it
yeah. So
without going
sometimes I
into too
do that.
detail? Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes I do that. Sometimes I just be like, hey, we're gonna start doing FBA more, right? So
Ah, okay, okay,
so
okay.
that works too. So you're basically trying to explain to them like, hey, what are you gonna do to prevent you from having to ship from Walmart anymore? So like either, okay, I'm gonna have more inventory, I'm gonna have backup inventory of this product because it's a high selling product,
Right.
or you're gonna have more suppliers that you already vet beforehand instead
Mhm.
of just randomly going to Walmart and shipping the product, or something like that. Yeah. I
All
mean, you
right.
can be creative about it. You just have to be clear. Really important. They have to be clear and specific about what you're gonna do, right? You can't just be like, oh, I'm just gonna use another supplier. Like, okay, what is that supplier gonna be?
Right.
How are you going to vet the supplier? How are you gonna prevent them from doing the same thing? And so you want to be specific about what you do, right? You can't just be vague about it.
Yeah. 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 Okay.
That's really important.
And that's for the drop shipping. So how many times could you get the drop shipping suspension and gets unsuspended? You think?
Yeah, so I know there's some abuse services that claim that you can get back from every single one, which is completely false.
Mhm.
Because
Yeah, because
Amazon is.
so let's talk first. You said there's a couple services. So those
Yeah,
of you watching this, guys, there are a number of law firms or people that claim they're lawyers or just services that
yeah,
go through the appeal
uh,
process.
or quote unquote professional services.
Right, because what we used to offer, like I might actually give it away for free, like a appeal library with a ton of appeals showing people like examples and what they could use or whatever. And I had
Yeah,
videos about it. But so a lot of you were saying a lot of these services claim that you could get it unsuspended indefinitely.
yeah,
In your experience for the drop shipping suspension, how many times could you get suspended and unsuspended?
yeah. So as of now, I believe you can get it back if you got two. So that's the first one is the warning, and the second one is the direct deactivation.
Right, and
Uh,
you could get it
so
back then.
yes, but at the same time, I've had cases where I wasn't able to get it back on the second time.
Okay, okay,
So,
okay, okay,
eh,
okay.
so the first time you can definitely get it back, right? Like
Right.
this, you should be able to get it back. Like I've had a
Yeah.
case where the first time they made me write 5 appeals. They literally deny every single time. Like I was trying to make the story more legit, right? So they were just like, no, 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 no,
And
no, and
quickly,
then
right? Because sometimes like, you send the appeal and like 5, 10, like an hour, like right the same day, they just like fuck off.
yeah, yeah. So the first time definitely. The second time, that's it's a hit and miss. Like you can still get it back, right? But it's not like a high chance.
Right, right.
And they have gotten a lot more strict too. So they can see through all the BS now. They know all the lies. They know what you're up to, right? So it's definitely a lot more challenging. But when it comes to the third one, right? Let's say you get the second one back. The third one, that's pretty much impossible, okay?
Yeah.
Unless you have somebody actually working inside Amazon, like now that's corruption stuff, right? So unless you have that, Otherwise, it's very, very low chance, like
So check this out.
0.001%.
Amazon has a call center in Nicaragua, and I think
Yeah, yeah.
I actually had a dude on my channel who worked for Amazon's call
Really?
center, but I blurred out his face because he was worried about losing his job.
Okay.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
you don't want to, just for clarity's sake, you don't want to do that, guys, because that's like that's because a lot of people want to claim they have someone in Amazon, they have
Yeah,
someone
yeah.
in Walmart, but no, most people are not going to lose their job just to save some motherfucker's account.
Yeah, yeah, and yeah, I mean, Amazon has systems in place because they know there's corruption and briberies, right? So Amazon has systems in place to where they don't allow this to happen. So
Right. Okay, so that's a drop shipping suspension. What are some of the other suspensions that you've gone through?
yeah, so aside from the dropship violation, I've been able to get that from everything, right? So the other one is, so there's performance metrics,
Right.
performance suspension, and then there's customer service suspension, and then there's shipping suspension. So there's like,
Right.
and now Amazon has come up with even more ways to get you suspended.
Yeah.
So Amazon is every year there's a new reason for you to get suspended essentially, right? So you just have to keep up with that. So yeah, so for me, I've been suspended for ODR.
Mhm.
Basically, I had a guy.
And
So
ODR means order defect rate.
yeah,
For those
so
of you
I
guys who don't know what we're talking about.
so that's basically like right after I got unsuspended, right?
Mhm.
So I got reinstated, and I was like, dude, I don't like Amazon at all. I don't even want to sell on Amazon, and so I just sold only a few items, right?
Mhm.
And there was and so my volume was low, right? And so
Right.
I had this guy. He bought 5 items in 5 different orders, same item, and he
Yeah.
filed all 5 A to Z claims.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And so my ODR shoot up,
Yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah, 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 yeah.
And so I think, if I remember correctly, I eventually was able to, I was able to win all of that, right?
Mhm.
Even though I was able to win all of that, like in the next 60 days, I was still suspended for it.
Wow. Okay, okay, okay.
So yeah, I had to explain to them, like, why why he was complaining, because he was saying like he didn't receive the item or whatever, but he bought 5 of them and we sent all 5 of them, and he's like, I didn't receive the item, and I'm like, yeah, right, totally.
Yeah, but what tracking numbers were you using back then?
Yeah, I mean, I was using real tracking
Legit.
numbers.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah,
yeah, like it wasn't fake tracking numbers. Like, but I mean, back then you didn't have to use fake tracking numbers.
yeah.
Like, you could literally confirm a shipment on Amazon and not putting any tracking numbers.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
That
yeah,
was the
yeah.
good old days, right?
The good old days.
Yeah, and also
Because you
the
could
same thing
still
on,
do that on eBay. You could still confirm
really.
shipment. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah,
We had
yeah,
that
okay.
issue yesterday.
Yeah, so yeah, I mean, that's how I did it when I started on eBay too. I actually confirmed a lot of shipments without tracking numbers too. So yeah, I mean, I basically had to explain to
I
them like,
forgot that. It's been so long because I forgot you could confirm shipments on Amazon without tracking numbers. But that's a
I mean,
while ago.
yeah, but I mean, you can still do it, but I mean, you're gonna get screwed, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah, yeah, but yeah. So I mean, I basically had to come up with a really BS story to explain to them why he complained, and so yeah, I mean, I just kind of freestyled that. Like, I don't even know like what I wrote. Like, it was just weird.
yeah. Okay, okay. And you got that back. And then
Yeah,
so
yeah,
with the
eventually.
ODRs, you can kind of get it back.
Yeah,
Um,
ODR is relatively easy unless you start doing fake tracking numbers and sending the wrong items and all of that stuff. So
wow, yeah. And then
yeah,
so you went through all of this. You went through all these suspensions,
yeah.
all the BS, right? Why continue on Amazon?
Yeah, so I continue on Amazon because, one, I've been able to get it all back, right?
Right.
Aside from the dropship violation, um, and I continue because there's still tons of money to be made, and I'm always keeping track of the market, right? And so if I see this guy making a ton of money, I'm like, dude, if he's doing it, so can I. So
Yeah.
like, that's kind of my mentality, right? Like, I want to make sure that if this guy's making good money, okay, I should do it too because I can still do it. So
Yeah.
just kind of like that. So.
And why wouldn't you? And this is what we were talking about before. Why wouldn't you like build a course? Why wouldn't you teach? Because you stopped doing YouTube, right? For the most
Yeah.
part. You have the Facebook group and the Telegram group. So guys, if you're watching video, like the video, subscribe, and check out his Facebook and Telegram. But why
Yeah,
wouldn't you make a course and teach people how to do this?
yeah. So people don't talk about this, but I had a YouTube channel like 2 years ago, right?
Yeah.
I quit for like 2 years. So when I first started, I made some videos, documenting my journey and stuff like that, right?
Hmm.
And the reason why I, one, didn't make a course and also stopped doing YouTube videos. I mean, I was making pretty good money with YouTube, right? Like
Yeah.
it wasn't that bad. And it had a high potential to scale to making a lot more, right?
Yeah, because
Um,
there are a lot of big YouTubers in this space
yeah,
that make
and you have high CPM or whatever ad
right,
revenue,
right,
right?
exactly.
Right. So, but I was also getting a lot of opportunities because I was doing YouTube videos too. So
Mhm.
I was getting softwares and all this
Right.
opportunity and connection, right? But the issue was that because I was trying to make YouTube videos and doing all of that, I was distracted.
Hmm. Hmm.
So, and again, I'm sure you guys know, like, there's so many ways you can get distracted nowadays. Like,
Yeah.
you have Facebook, Instagram, you have drugs, you have weed, you have alcohol, you have
Shout out to one of
partying.
my last videos. I'll put a link to that
Yeah,
too.
yeah. So, so that was part of why wanted to stop, because I was trying to do, different things at once,
Right.
and I wasn't really good at really either, right?
Mm.
So, and once I stopped doing YouTube videos,
Hmm.
right, I was able to really focus on really getting good at drop shipping, the business, and building the business side of it.
Right. Okay. Okay.
So that
Okay.
was really important. And I can say that it's true because I've obviously gotten a lot better because I've
Hmm.
been able to focus on really building the business instead of trying to make videos and trying to help everybody. I mean, I still
Yeah.
help a lot of people, but I had more time and concentration.
And what? Okay. And what do you mean by getting better at dropshipping?
Yeah, so by that I mean, like, I was able to build a more I was able to invest more time into systems
Right. Right.
and building a team in place
Hmm.
and actually learning more pieces of the business, right? Because there's a lot of moving parts with the business.
Yeah.
So,
Because a lot
for
of
the
the
last,
automation guys make it seem like you just throw up an account, but managing
yeah,
a team is a pain in the ass. Like it's
yeah,
not pain in the ass,
exactly.
but it's work. A lot of people
Yeah.
take it for granted, but you have to have a good team. You have to train them how you want them to do it. If you don't have someone good, you have to get rid of them. How did you build it? How long it took you to build the team that you have?
Yeah, so I mean, I went I should have went a little bit faster, right?
Mhm.
But I went a little bit slow. But I mean, it took about a year and a half to kind of really build out the process, right?
Mhm.
Because when it comes to building a team, right, like, I know what I'm doing, right? But
Right.
like, if I hire somebody else, like, I have to really explain to them, like, step one, step two, step three, like, literally break it down one by one. Like, I can't just be like, hey, go do product research.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I know.
Or I can't just
I
be
was
like, go do that.
I'm sure I'm
Because,
doing some videos training a girl how to do Facebook marketing dropshipping, and we
yeah,
have a training later today. And it's the same thing. Like when you just used to doing it, you're like, fuck it. This is easy, right? But
yeah,
when you hand someone over and you see them doing it, you see all the different mistakes they make.
exactly.
You're not with them all the time. They could be like eating and smoking weed while they're fucking doing it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So that's really important when it comes to building a team, like understanding, like, knowing your process, which is called, like, standard operating procedures,
Right, right.
or Amazon calls it service level agreements.
Hmm.
So it's SLA or SOP. So kind of like, okay, you need to answer emails every 24 hours.
Right.
You need to process returns every 24 hours. Like, you have to have certain timeline and due dates
For
for your
everything,
team,
for every
for everything.
process.
And if something mess up, you have to handle the escalations. You have to investigate, and so it's a long process, right? It's a lot
Mm.
of things.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I'm going through the same. Facebook is a lot. Like I've done Amazon. I used to run a ton of accounts, but at a certain level, you have to be able to overlook everything because it could break, and you're not physically controlling the products. You're just managing the team, and you make sure that everyone is on time. And then you could have a product research team or product research person or whatever, but if they're not going through the process, their pricing or any sort of change could fuck everything up. You know
Yeah.
what I
Yeah.
mean? So it took you a year and a half to build your team.
Eh, build a team and the process. Yeah.
Okay, okay, okay. All right, and so you never plan to do a course.
Nah. So what I plan to do is, I want to, just either partner with people or just teach like directly. So either one of those, but I'm not gonna do a course.
Yeah.
Just because also the thing with the course is that like the success rate is very low. So
Mm,
you can have 100 people
yeah.
purchase the course, right? Maybe 5 people will actually build the business.
Well, the thing is, maybe 5 people, maybe 10 people will try. That's the
Or
weird
10
thing.
people
Yeah,
try. Yeah. Like the
yeah,
part, let's say you have 30 videos, you spend hours making 30 videos, and probably 50% or more people won't even watch more than 5 videos.
right,
Because they'll be like,
right.
okay, this guy's boring. Like, there's so many issues with this, and blah blah blah. Right?
What I
They're
what
like,
I've done a couple of years ago, I did a like live training, and that was
yeah,
work because you getting on
yeah,
the
that
call with
works too.
everyone.
Yeah,
It works, but it's hard work because it's not just teaching them what to do, but you have to motivate them to be like, listen, you need patience. If you're not selling now,
yeah,
you keep
yeah,
going, and you know what I mean. So
yeah,
that's an interesting. Wow. So how long you think you so you focus on Amazon now, right? You
yeah.
figured out the suspension game, you get unsuspended. What do you think about these service providers with Amazon suspensions?
Well, I mean, I think they play a good role. I mean, they're not all bad, right?
Hmm.
But part of my issue is like if you start claiming like, okay, you can reinstate every single dropship violation, you can reinstate everything. Like, no,
Yeah.
it's not possible, right? Like I've gone back from the hardest suspensions ever, and it's work if you want to go that route. But yeah, so I mean, it's good because a lot of people can't write to save their life for one, and they don't know what they're doing, and
Right.
so it's good to have somebody. I mean, if you do your due diligence and research, I mean, it's fine to use it. Yes, I mean, I don't have an issue with it. It's just you just have to be careful what these services claim to do
Right.
and claim to guarantee or whatever. So yeah,
Yeah, because I work with I think I mentioned to you, I work with one, I might have one of these service providers on the channel soon. Just to talk about it because
yeah,
everyone same thing you say, everyone says like they guarantee you get everything back. But it's good for people who are drop shipping and who like don't want to and making money and want to save time to like because the longer you take to get unsuspended, the more money you're not making.
yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah, and also it's hard to hire somebody to write your plan of action because only you know your business, right?
right.
And that's also the problem with automation because you have somebody run your account and you basically have no idea what's going on. So you get suspended. It's like, oh, hey, I got suspended. Like, okay, what happened? Like, you have no idea what made you got suspended.
Yeah, I had a call with this dude Luis recently. He paid for Walmart automation, right?
Yeah,
He got suspended. He got the money back from this other service, but
yeah,
he got they never filed taxes. So and for sales taxes, and like certain you're not supposed to be paying sales taxes in all these states and all this stuff. So he
yeah.
owed like $7,000-8,000 in taxes, and he had no clue what to do. And then the automation dude is like, "I give you your money back. You don't need to pay taxes," and then stop responding. I'm like, you can't not respond to the IRS. This is a real business.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So yeah, the automation thing is a weird situation.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So yeah, so that's really a flaw in the automation because again, you have to understand your business like
Mhm.
in the long term, right? Like, and that's
Right.
also the problem with passive income. Like, okay, it may be passive for a year or two.
Right.
What if Biden makes a new law and all of a sudden, you're out of business because he made a new law and
These
now you can't do the
motherfuckers.
same thing. So Biden can screw you up, or somebody can sue you, or some competitors can attack you. So anything can happen, right? So it's really important that you understand your business, and so that's the key for me there.
Okay, okay. And then how do you see? And you have no plans of stopping drop shipping, like absolutely none.
Well, right now, none. But I have to change a lot, right? Like I have to change the way I run the business, the way I
Yeah.
use suppliers. So like even though I'm not like even though I'm still gonna drop ship, like I still have to change a lot on the back end, the back office, the back processes, and making sure that my team is keeping up with Amazon policy changes and
Mhm.
all of the stuff. So Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Nice. All right. So if you had to give before we go, so guys, again, like the video, subscribe, and ask us any questions in the comment section, and Ty would respond, and I'll respond. But if you had to give any, so first of all, would you suggest that people start Amazon dropshipping now, 2022?
Yeah. So if
Real
you're gonna
shit. Real shit.
if you're a brand new seller and you start selling on Amazon, you're most likely gonna get suspended. Like
Right.
this is like every single seller pretty much gets suspended on Amazon. Like there's no way that you can escape unless you're perfect, right? Unless you're a perfect human being, which is impossible, right? Like even
This
me, like
motherfucker is a perfect human being.
yeah. So even me, like I know everything, well, not everything, but like even though
Yeah.
I know like the overall process, like even if I get comfortable for like a week,
Mhm.
next week I'll get suspended.
Right. So
So
should that stop people from dropshipping on Amazon?
so that shouldn't stop you. But what I'm trying to say is like you really have to understand everything. Like
Right.
you have to know the policies.
Mhm.
You have to know why Amazon suspended you. So like you literally have to sit down and read every single one of their policies. Like that's
Yeah.
how diligent you have to be.
Right, but that's so weird that people. So you say that, and to me
Yeah.
that just makes sense because if you fucking selling on Amazon and you're making thousands of dollars a month, you should know what they want.
Yeah.
So you think people don't read the policies?
No, people don't know. They don't, dude. People are lazy. They don't like to read. Even I don't like to read, right? but I have to read because otherwise I'm gonna get suspended.
Right, right.
So it's a matter of you have to, but at the same time, people don't want to because they're like, okay, um, I can just outsource this, whatever, right? Like they make all the excuses to not learn the business.
Yeah, but a lot of people don't have the time. So this is the other thing.
Okay.
A lot
So
of people don't. So check
when
this.
you say you don't have time, right? What does that mean? You
Right.
don't
So
have
me
enough
and you,
time.
no, so this is what I'm explaining. Me and you are entrepreneur. You dropped out of fucking high school.
Yeah.
I've been an entrepreneur since I could remember. Like when I finished college in 2005, I had a job for like 3 months. I was like, fuck this. I'm not going to be, these motherfuckers not going to tell me to come to work. I just couldn't do it. It might sound stupid, but I can do it. But a lot of people watching these videos have jobs and kids and homes, and they've never been an entrepreneur before. So a lot of them want to get into dropshipping. Dropshipping for most people, in my opinion, is a side hustle. So they're putting in like 3 hours in the afternoon, 2, 3, 4 hours in the afternoon, and getting into dropshipping.
And also the question is, when you're putting in 3 hours, right? So there's a difference. Like when you put it, some like I can put in 3 hours and be more productive than somebody who puts in 10 hours.
10 hours, yeah.
So just because you put in more time, right, doesn't mean that you spend those time as productively as you could. Like you could just be blindly sitting here, just watching videos, not doing shit for 10 hours.
And working and playing on your phone and answering messages and all this
and
bullshit.
Be like, hey, I spent 10 hours and I can't find a product. And it's like, dude, okay, what exactly did you do during those 10 hours? Did you just sit there and be like, doing the same thing over and over and try to, expect a different result, right? So when it comes to not having enough time, right? I strongly think that it's a lie, okay? Because
you can't say that, dude. Some people, because dedicated. But go ahead.
Like even if I'm dedicated, like I still waste a lot of time. Like I will admit I waste time, right? But some people, they're afraid to admit that they waste time.
Okay.
They want to. They lie to themselves, right? People lie to themselves. They say, "Oh, I'm busy. I'm productive." Okay, cool. But you have 24 hours a day. Like you did not spend all everything on being busy. Like you either watch some stupid videos on YouTube, you scroll your Facebook feed, you make some stupid comments online, or you play some games. Like there's no way that
I hate fucking TikTok.
So there's no way that you don't have enough time.
Right.
Like, if you really want it, you really want to learn it, you have time for it.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's my stand. But like, of course, there's certain cases where you really don't have time, right? But most of the case, right? Most of the case, you're just lying to yourself and you're just being stupid.
Yeah. So shout out to all the people lying to themselves and being stupid on the internet. And who's watching this video, smash the like button if you lie to yourself.
So that's that.
All right, sweet. So
So
right,
yeah,
but
I mean,
you
so
didn't
back to the
answer the
question.
question.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so back to the question. Yes, you can still dropship on Amazon, right?
Hmm.
But you have to really be careful. And again, have to be careful. And it's a plus if you have experience from other marketplaces.
Right, right.
So because I started it on eBay. So when I started eBay, I learned like what eBay wanted.
Yeah.
So I took that knowledge and came onto Amazon.
Like
And
I think
even
I've
with
been doing
that,
it too. Yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
and even with that, I still got suspended. So that's my point. Like you really have to understand what you're doing.
Yeah, because maybe I've been doing it too long because I forget that people don't realize that like you have to upload tracking numbers on time and certain marketplaces need that faster. Certain marketplaces need to add answer messages quicker. Certain suppliers ship faster than others. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
to me, that's so normal because I've been doing this shit like this all I've done for the past like 10 fucking years. Right?
Dude, if I
Other than
was drop
party and
shipping
smoke weed.
for 10 years, dude, I have an island right now. I'm just kidding. Yeah, so
Trust me, I'll have anyway. I don't want to say that I got divorced, so I can't really talk about what I'm what I plan to do. That was one
yeah.
of my biggest mistakes in life, but I wouldn't. So if that's a bad thing, it's a good thing you don't have a YouTube channel because people they look at the money you're making and the islands you want to buy and so on.
Yeah.
So right, so you think you'll reach 10 years job shipping? You've been in 4 years now.
Well, when I first started, right, like it was on and off because again, I was distracted. So
Yeah, last year
like
I
when it
I
comes to like
start and stop and yeah.
yeah, so when it comes to like the total full amount, I would say around 3 years that I've like completely started dropshipping, like focus on
Yeah.
dropshipping. So 3 years. So then I think yeah, this year would be the fourth year, and then so I think this year will be the like the year where I grow the most, and then the fifth year is when you really get like really good.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
And when you how high you want to go? So I saw you got to 300,000 one month. That's not every month. But how ridiculous.
Every month. Yeah, so I mean probably 400, 500. That's where I want to stop, and then just kind of spreading between multiple stores that I manage. So
But why wouldn't you get into FBA? Because of the investment?
I mean, I mean it's not. I mean
You just
money
like
isn't
drop
the
shipping.
issue. I just like drop shipping because it's you just click. So
You're just printing money with clicks, basically.
yeah. I mean it's like you get paid to copy. So I mean it's good.
It's a nice process. All right,
Yeah.
dude. Well, that like we need to do another. Like we anytime. What made you? Why did you have time this time to do the video? I mean, what?
Well,
Because
well, yeah. I mean I have another meeting after, but yeah. I mean just do the video. You know.
okay, and okay, how much? So one other question before you go: how much time did it takes you to run your dropshipping business? How much time every day?
I mean, it's hard to say because I just work kind of on and off, right? So like, because I've already built a process, like I don't have to stick to a schedule, right? Like, but every morning I check the emails. So I just I think it'll be helpful to kind of tell people my process every day, right? So
Right.
so let's say every morning I check my emails. Uh, I check what my team has to say, right? So I delegate some of my team to do certain tasks, right?
Right.
And so when they have a question, I have to check that every day. Like
Mm.
if they can't figure out something or they're confused on something, I have to answer that.
Yeah, because like we're having a conversation now, and I just saw a message from Kathy, the girl who running one of my Facebook accounts,
Yeah,
and I'm just like, fuck, I need to respond. Like, depending on what it is, you don't want it to go too late.
yeah. So I have to check the emails to make sure that there's no issues with the orders or there's no delays with the supplier. And I told you before, like I just got 10 emails saying the item was back ordered, so I have to deal with that
It's
too, right?
one item or
One item, one item in 10 different orders. So it's one specific item.
so one item from one supplier, but 10 orders. They're
Yeah,
back
yeah,
ordered. Yeah,
yeah. So I
fuck.
kind of screwed on that.
And you have to worry. And when you get that type of email, you worry about the ODR, you worry about looking for another supplier.
Exactly. So it's rare that I get this, right? But
Mm.
when I do get it, I mean, there's different ways to look about it. Like you can either try and find a alternative supplier. If you can't find it, then you would take the next process. You would explain or email the buyer, explaining them the situation, and
Mm.
hopefully they cancel the order.
Yeah.
If not, then you can try and refund them, right? So you when it comes to anything, you want to make sure that you're balanced, right? Let's say theoretically I have 50 orders that are back ordered, right?
Mhm.
I don't want to go and be like refund all 50 orders. That's like
Right,
the
right,
fastest
right,
way to
right,
get
right.
suspended, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
So
exactly.
so you want to be smart about it, and you want to kind of balance it. So you want to cancel maybe 1/4 of it,
Right.
cancel 1/4, refund the other fourth, and have the buyer cancel the other fourth,
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah, yeah. Yeah, and
whatever,
so
right?
yeah, so
So
you send messages. What I would do in that situation is send message to everyone, see how many of the 10 would cancel
yeah,
themselves,
that works too. Yeah,
and then
yeah,
go from there.
yeah, and then so that's kind of my morning, checking the emails. And I sell on multiple marketplaces, so I check on Walmart, Shopify, other Amazon stores. So I have to check like emails on multiple stores,
Yeah.
and I have to check also with the warehouse because I'm using a returns warehouse. So I have to
Right.
make sure
Yeah.
that all the
What for
returns are
Walmart?
being for Amazon and Walmart.
Okay.
So
Okay. Okay.
I have to make sure that all the returns are being processed. I have to make sure all of the packages are going through because if it
Jesus.
doesn't, then I'll lose money, right?
Yeah.
And then I have to check my credit cards, making sure that I'm not seeing like somebody buying like a $5,000 product, right? So that's that. Yeah, and then like I mean now it's sunny, so in the afternoon or like 12 p.m. or whatever, I'd go for a walk, and in the afternoon, I watch some business videos and
Mm.
entrepreneurship, maybe read a book, and then fool around a bit. And yeah, that's pretty much my day. I could be more productive, but yeah, so that's how it looks like when you have all the systems in place,
Yeah.
and everything in place. But when you first start, you want to do everything in the business. Like you want to be listing products, you want to be processing orders, you want to
Right.
be answering emails. I mean, I still do some of that, right? It's not like I don't. Like I
Right.
should be
Yeah.
doing it, right? And so, yeah, I mean, in the next few weeks, I'm probably gonna start listing more products on the other stores, and do. And also another thing is, what I've been doing is also high level tasks, right? So when it comes to high level tasks, what I mean by high level tasks is, finding suppliers. That's a considered
Yeah. Yeah.
high level
Yeah.
task, right?
Yeah.
Because like for example customer service, like anybody can answer emails,
Right.
but when I have to find suppliers, like
New
i have to
suppliers.
I have to go through all the criterias and do test orders and contact high level executives and make contracts. Like that's what I have to do as well. So
Yeah.
my job is to make sure that we have new suppliers to work with, making sure that everything is working smoothly with the supplier side.
Mm.
So
Okay.
that's
Okay.
what I do as well.
And how often do you go through finding new suppliers?
I mean, I try to do that like every day, really. I mean, I just look at different suppliers. I just kind of go through them, and I try to find different contacts, and I contact different people.
Yeah.
I email different people, and just kind of looking through different items. So I mean, I would say I try to do that every day. So that's part of my work routine too.
Nice. Okay. Okay. So I want to have you back on the channel in a couple of weeks.
Yeah,
You
maybe
up
in
for that?
March. Yeah, in March.
Yeah, in March we could do something because a lot of is important in my opinion in this world of like YouTube and YouTubers talking about drop shipping. Like because I've been drop shipping so long, it's just like I just wake up and do it, right? And a lot of times I forget that people just don't know what the fuck this is about. And then a lot of the other YouTubers don't drop ship. They
Yeah,
just
yeah.
dance on fucking YouTube.
Yeah, and that's the thing. That's also why I stopped YouTube, right? Because I wasn't able to really, quote unquote, drop ship and
Right.
get to that next level because I was dancing on YouTube, like you said. And so I stopped that, and now I've been able to build something that's wouldn't been possible if I was trying to juggle between YouTube and
YouTube
trying
and
to
drop
doing
shipping,
drop
yeah.
ship. So
Well,
it's
I
it's really
luckily I
important for
don't
me.
do anything. I like, dude, I literally don't like. I wake up because one of my friends was asking me like, "You want to go hang out?" I was like, "What do you mean?" Like, I don't know if it's my age. I don't know. If, I've always been like that, but I don't really. I wake up in the morning. I look to make sure these guys are listening on Facebook. I have 2 eBay accounts. The sales are happening. I've been doing that shit forever. So it's just like I'll shout at some people if they do some fucking bullshit. I'll look at Amazon. Walmart is the shit that makes me nervous. Walmart makes me, let me just be straight. Like I will sell on Walmart and I lose a ton of money with returns for on Walmart.
Yeah.
But I like sell for like 2-3 weeks, maybe a month, make a certain amount of money and just stop and just like relax for like 2-3 weeks and turn
Yeah.
that shit off. Because Walmart makes me nervous. How do you deal with that?
For Walmart
Amazon, I'm
Marketplace?
used to Amazon Marketplace, right?
I mean, like, what do you mean by dealing with? Like, what are you specifically dealing with?
Like, no, just so you know, with Walmart tracking numbers, they want tracking numbers immediately. I'm nervous that like you just because you hand over a lot of work to other
Okay. Okay.
employees. Like
Yeah.
I've been doing the other platform for so long, I feel like I could sleep. I feel like okay, it can't blow up too much,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. So I mean, my Walmart is pretty slow right now, so it's manageable. Um. So
But
I mean,
why is it slow? Because you just choose to list less. You don't have proper the right
yeah.
supply.
Like I don't have like a team on Walmart. I just have like some like my brother lists on Walmart, right? So
Okay. So it's not like you scaling and it's not like you going
yeah.
at Walmart like you're going on Amazon.
Yeah, because I'm still trying to figure out Walmart, right? Like what's Walmart's goal, right? Like what are they trying to do? And so I don't want to like invest so much time on Walmart right now because I'm
Okay.
still learning the platform, right? Like I've had an account since late 2019, so
Right.
I've been on Walmart a lot longer than these
Most
automation
people,
guys.
yeah.
Right? So and I'm still learning because I'm not confident that Walmart can take it to like 100K a month. So I'm
I
just doing like yeah smaller
that's
numbers.
hard to right. Okay, so I didn't plan to talk about this, but that's hard to say. I have like there's one account recently. I told the kid to turn it off. We got it up to like 156. I'll post the like 150,000 a month, right? But I'm so not like the same thing you said. Like at that level, that's why it stresses me out
Yeah.
because it's like because when I did the interview with Tyler had money stuck in there for 8 months,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
So that's like, how do you like when you scale into that level on Walmart, you're like, fuck, like,
Yeah, so yeah, before I scaled it to like almost 200,000. I mean, that was doing like Amazon to Walmart
right?
and like
Just you
some
just
other
pulling
guy.
a ton of yeah. You
Yeah,
select
yeah.
someone
I
and
mean,
you
I
list
didn't
it.
I actually didn't have that much listing when I was doing those numbers. Like I had like 200.
Yeah. Because
So,
Walmart doesn't have a lot of competition, so it's not like
yeah. So so actually Walmart held like 50K for like 2 or 3 months for me, even though the account was active.
wow.
So they were putting reserves on top of reserves.
Reserves. Yeah.
But I mean the account is solid now, right? So like I can probably scale to 300K and it should be fine. But at the same time, I'm going slowly, right? So I'm probably doing a 10K this month, 20K next month,
Mm,
30K, 40K, and then so
yeah,
forth.
making a couple bucks and then leaving and.
Yeah, just pay the bills.
But did you? But have you tried Facebook yet or no?
Yeah. I'm on like
You're on all of them, the same
yeah,
shit.
yeah. I mean,
But you're not on eBay anymore.
not on eBay anymore. Yeah, I'm not on
Yeah.
eBay.
And how are you doing on Facebook? You killing it?
Uh,
Is okay?
I mean, I'm not really optimizing or anything, but I have like over 1,000 products on there. But I mean, I'm barely making any sales, so I mean, I don't know
Really?
what's going on. Yeah, so it, it
Because
it's slow, so I don't know why it's slow.
how are you listening? How are you? Because the girl who I'm training with this new account, I'll post the videos. She posted like 20 items, and we sold like 2-3 items a day. We're selling like 2-3 items a
Yeah,
day.
so I'm not sure like because I'm posting it on Shopify, right? Because I'm connecting it through Shopify. So
Ah.
I'm not sure like are you doing Facebook shops on a business page or are you doing like how are you doing Facebook
No, so
shops?
I'm doing Facebook shops on a business page for someone else because I was running their Shopify store. And I run their
Yeah,
Shopify
yeah,
store, was a clothing brand and running ads and stuff. And we threw in some exercise equipment, and that's selling because they're continuous buyers. But this
yeah.
account I'm talking about the Facebook marketplace, like a regular, like
Oh, yeah. If it's Facebook Marketplace, you get more traffic, and
yeah.
because this is Facebook Shops on
Ah,
a business page, that's why I think the sales are slower. But I mean, I make like a sale like once a week or something, so
yeah, nothing crazy.
it's really slow. So
Okay, okay, okay. All right, dude.
Amazon is where it's at. Amazon is where it's at.
Well, for you, okay. So how long will it take you to get to 100,000 now?
Right now, I should be on track to 100,000 by the end of February, March.
No, but 0 to 100,000. How long would it take you? 100,000
like
a month.
from a brand new account.
Well, a brand new account, you can't sell a whole lot immediately.
Yeah. Are you
Right?
talking about like just a seasoned account to go
Right.
from zeros?
Yeah.
Probably 3 months, three or 4 months.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I can just bulk upload products and go from
Yeah, and
there.
when you're doing this shit a long time, you have a ton of products from before. You have suppliers
Yeah.
that you know, and
Yeah, or I could just snipe from a guy that has 10,000 products. Yes. Yeah. So
good
Yeah.
old sniping.
yeah,
And
Well,
that's
it's kind of
usually
hard. It's kind of hard to snipe on Amazon though, because it's different.
it's a little different. Well, no, it's not that hard. I guess it's time
Yeah,
consuming, but it's not that hard.
it's
But I
not
guess
that hard, but it's
you can't
you
order
can't
the. Go ahead. Why
you
you say?
can't really see all the products.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you know someone, you'll find a dropshipper with a ton of feedback, and it just takes a little longer.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
you
yeah.
still fuck like you can still pull a couple hundred products from another seller. Or a
Yeah, I
couple
mean, I tell my VAs to don't try and do that. I don't know if they do it or not, but yeah,
All right, dude. Well, thanks for your time. I know you have a call soon, but guys, like the video, subscribe to your channel, and ask me and Ty anything about dropshipping. But this was really cool. Hopefully, we'll do another one in March.
yeah. I mean, I don't know what you want to talk about, but yeah, hopefully.
Well, let's
get
see what
the-
happens. I mean, last time we talked about the sales that you did. This time we focus on suspensions. With Amazon, you never know. Like I want to have Tyler on the channel to talk about that crazy shit with
Yeah.
how he's dealing with those suspensions. So Tyler, Dropship Tyler, if you're watching this, come on the fucking channel, motherfucker. I had him a few weeks ago. I'll have him
Yeah.
again, and I talked.
All
to
right.
him.
Yeah. Thanks for having me on, and hopefully we'll do another one.
All right, sweet. Later, dude.